Long time ago, in the prosperous and bustling kingdom of Domba, filled with children and laughter, lived a king called Zango. King Zango had many wives, but none of them could bear him a son to succeed his throne. As years went by, without any male successor, he made his first daughter, Kada, the heiress to the throne. This made the fame of Princess Kada spread throughout the kingdom, and as she grew in all beauty, so did her pride. She would punish her maidservants just so they could beg and inflate her ego. As the pride of the kingdom, many rich and famous suitors from all over the land came to seek Princess Kada's hand in marriage, but she had rejected all of them. This made her father worry and advised her to choose one from all of them. But she had told him not to worry, as they were neither her class nor taste, and that she would definitely get married once she meets her dream man. One day, she decided to wander alone deep into the forest, breaking all protocols and refusing any of her guards to follow her. As she walked through the forest, her eyes fell on the figure of a young man, and as she came closer, she saw how handsome he was and immediately fell in love with him. She started coming there frequently so that she could spend more time with the handsome young stranger, whom she had fallen head over heels for. With time, she told her father that she had met her dream man and wished to get married as soon as possible. Her father was over the moon with joy and arranged for a great wedding feast. The queen mother, who has assumed responsibility as Kada's protector since the death of Kada's mother, had asked her granddaughter, "What is the place where your husband-to-be come from, and what about his people?" Kada had told her that he comes from a faraway land and his people will not be able to come to the wedding, since the wedding will be in a week's time and they live far away. But after our wedding, he would take me to go and meet his people. The queen mother felt disturbed with this plan, but because her granddaughter's happiness meant the world to her, she let her be and not ask her any more questions. Finally, the day of the wedding ceremony came, and Princess Kada's husband-to-be arrived at the palace, riding on the royal chariot with an entourage following him. The young man looked so charming and won over the hearts of all who saw him. It was a big wedding feast, attended by many dignitaries from all over the kingdom. The wedding ceremony lasted for many days, and they feasted and married all through. After the wedding ceremony, it was now time for Princess Kada and her husband to go meet his people. The whole kingdom bade her farewell and wished her a safe return. As they continued on the journey that had lasted for many days already, something occurred in Princess Kada's mind. She realized that she had never seen her husband eat anything before. Even during the marriage feast, he never tasted any food. And she wondered. Then she looked in his direction to ask why he hadn't tasted any food. But before she could even say a word, she met the shock of her life. The handsome man who was just beside her right now had transformed into a hideous figure of spirit. She jumped out of the chariot and screamed out with so much fear. The spirit laughed at her and the voice echoed throughout. The spell that held her had been broken, but there was nothing she could do. She was now a captive in the land of the spirits, never to return home. She wept bitterly and cursed her pride for making her pass through so much pain. The once glorious princess was now a humble slave who split wood for the spirits. As the sun scorched and tanned her once flawless skin. Every day she worked very hard, splitting wood for the spirits. And in the end, when she returned home, she was rewarded with a dry piece of bread and a drop of water on her tongue. One day, while she was walking, she saw an old woman passing by with some load on her head. Kada offered to help the old woman. "Mother, please, let me help you," she said. "Ah, don't worry, young lady, I can help myself," replied the old woman. But Kada insisted, and the old woman allowed her to help her. When the old woman reached her destination, she thanked Kada and told her, "My daughter, you have helped me. Now tell me, how can I help you?" Kada said, "Oh mother, I really do not know how you can help me, but I was a princess and I found myself here because of my pride. But now I have learned my lesson and I just wish that I could go back home and beg for forgiveness." "I can help you," said the old woman. "Follow this path. You will climb 7 hills. At the bottom of the last hill, you will find a large calabash filled with water. Break the calabash and you will be set free." Kada thanked the old woman and moved immediately, following the path the old woman showed her. She climbed the hills, and at the bottom of the hill, she saw a calabash. She smashed the calabash, and immediately she saw herself in the palace. Her father, the king, was so shocked to see his daughter in this condition. She wept for many days and begged for his forgiveness, and he consoled her. Kada had learnt her lessons. Later on, she got married to a handsome prince who loved her. Then she resumed her duties as crowned queen and ruled the kingdom in justice, and everyone prospered during her reign. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.